But hello, everybody. It is Mr. Sunshine Locksmith Eddy coming back to you live here in a hot, sunny South Florida day. And I just got another Kymco ignition switch in. This is a Kymco ignition switch off of a scooter. And I get calls all over the country with people that watch my videos on YouTube and need a key made for their scooter. And they think that it's just going to materialize. I'm surprised a lot of locksmiths out there don't even want to attempt to make keys for these, but they're relatively very, very simple, especially this particular model. This is a big Kymco switch. Here you can see the fork lock here, the electrical tailpiece back here, and this is where the one of the cables runs here and another cable runs over here. These screws are what hold it in place. All right, so to make a key for this is very, very simple. We'll go ahead and put this in a vise. All right, right here, there are two screws. Now, these screws are a Phillips head with a special security screw that has a hole up through the middle of the tool to accommodate that little pin that's down there. I don't have the tool handy. I don't need the tool handy. What I do with these, they're basically like, they're just little machine screws. And what I do is I take a Dremel with a tool cutoff wheel, and you go ahead and you cut a groove into the screw. All right, forget about all of the high security stuff with the hole. I have those. I don't have it here with me now, and I don't have time to fool around. So we go ahead and we cut a little groove in each one of those. We then use a Phillips screwdriver, or a straight screwdriver I should say, and we can just go ahead and back out the screws just like this. I'm just using an old screwdriver that I had laying around here because we don't have time to screw around here today. I actually have the keys already made. I made them in under 5 minutes. Cut that out. You go ahead and you pull, you hold it down. You always want to hold things down when you never took apart before. All right, so we'll get the screws out. A couple more threads. Just like that. Now, screws are out. We just got to lift this right up off of here, just like, now you got to be careful that there's nothing going to fall out from the other side. You follow me? If you turn this around, there's a spring on here. We don't want to interrupt the spring. That spring actually connects onto this piece right here. That's what gives the thing the spring-loaded tension on that. All right, so we're going to set that aside. And voila, there is your lock right there. As a matter of fact, it'll just lift right up out of there. And there you have it. There it is. You go ahead and you take, this was the KYM2R. There's a KYM2 and a 2 reverse. So you find the blank. It's going to be either one, because they just did them randomly at the factory. And by holding the wafers in, I went ahead, stuck the blank in there, and with my frame and I sight read it, and boom, there's your operating key. There, you see that? Now, one other thing I should have told you before, when I had this in there, when you pull it out, mark it on one side. I put a scribe mark with the screwdriver there, and I put a scribe mark right here on the plug so that I'm going to put it right back in the way I took it out. You see how this has the one down below, one up above? If you swip it around, you're going to have a problem because now you don't know which way it's going to go in. So the lower one always goes in on this side here. But mark it when you lift it out because it could be in any position, all right, either in the fork lock out or turned. So you want to make sure when you go to put it back in, it slides right back. Now there's the hole there, and down inside is where the attachment, you can see it right down in there. All right, so this way you have an idea how it's going to go back together. So we're going to just slide that down. This is the little steel, hardened steel ring. It's going to go right back into the groove. Spin it around, there it is, right down in there. We pull, and as a matter of fact, there's the key. All right, operates beautifully. We're going to pull the key back out. Now we're done with that. we're going to go ahead and put this back in. Now you're going to put this in and you're going to turn it clockwise in order to get the spring to go over here. You follow what I'm saying? So we're going to take this like this. We're going to turn it and boom, we're in position now. And there you go. There's your key. Done. Ready to go. There it is. Spring loaded. And there you have it. So now all you do now, take your screws, put the screws back in. We cut the grooves in there so it'll turn nicely. And we go ahead and screw it right back together. Now that key will fit his trunk lock. It'll actually fit the gas cap lock so that you will have one key fits everything. If the guy, when he called me, he said, well, should I just drill it out? I said, hell no, don't drill it out, because number one, you're not going to get it on a lock like that. Number two, you're not going to have a key for the rest of your bike. Just send it down here to Mr. Sunshine, Locksmith, Eddy, and there we have it. So now, there you go. Put the key in. He's got an operating key. It'll fit everything on his bike, and he is good to go. See, it won't come out here. It's only going to come out in the off position. And then if he turns it that way, you see how the fork lock came out. And then put it back in, drops in, and there you have it. 561-693-8636, Mr. Sunshine Live in sunny South Florida. Thank you for watching.